This short video is an introduction to the site at Shambles Drive, Copplestone. This is owned by Moorview Homes Limited and is before the design review panel for assistance in clarifying a workable brief for the project. I'm Stephen Hargreaves, the architect for the project, and when we met with the area planning officer, Simon Trafford, on site, he suggested that it would be useful to prepare a video describing the site, its constraints and its setting for the panel to have a better understanding of the site and the proposals. I'll start by showing you the top of the site as it faces the main road, the A377, and then we'll move down into the site and view the adjacent Bellway development of tightly packed courts of 2- and 3-storey units. We will end down by the railway station at the foot of the site. So here we are on the A377. It can be quite a busy road. We're looking north-west, and coming into view on the right-hand side is the development by Bellway Homes. Our site is just going out of view at the top end of the site. This is 2- and 3-storey houses as it goes down into Copplestone village itself, about a quarter of a mile further down the road. As I say, it can be quite busy. Here we are at the top of Shambles Drive, still on the 377, looking down into the site and across at the Bellway development. At the bottom there you'll see the 3-storey units again, and then this is the view of the beginning of the village of Copplestone as you come down from Barnstable towards Exeter. Standing back a little bit from the 377, our site is on the left here with all the agent signs for the housing opposite. And as we pan round, you'll see the live-work units at the bottom and our site in front of us. Now this area that we're looking at there, that goes from the left down to the right as we see it halfway down, has a high pressure gas main, which is one of the constraints of the site. Just moving down Shambles Drive a little piece, and you can begin to see the levels of the site as they drop down towards the railway line at the bottom of the site. You can see the Bellway homes stepping down, and these are the houses that will face our site here on the left. This is the access point for our site, which is 2/3 of the way down the site. The access was put in by Bellway, and we're looking back up, and you get an appreciation of the drop on the site with the levels from top to bottom. Just panning round to the left now to see the Bellway housing with the artificial stone, 3-storey units, live-work units, little courtyards, and residential over carport type townhouses, and some live-work units here. And again, panning round to the access point into the site. Here we are stood in the middle, looking back towards the access point, and panning down to see the 3-storey units, and just the other side of this scrub is the railway line, and here we are, the other side of that scrub, and this is the area that we would have to utilise for station car park, as in the structure plan, and of course the swale for the suds rainwater scheme. Looking to the northwest, the boundary there has got some mature trees, bit of scrubby stuff in between, and here we are looking back up towards the 377 in the distance at the top of the site. So this area is primarily where it would be desirable to have the car parking for the station, because you could theoretically, where the pallets are, you could walk straight through into the station. Close up of the swale, which doesn't have any water in, but it's just a children's ball there, so it's inviting a problem, really. And this is from the other end of the swale, the station end. Railway line is the other side of the corrugated fencing, and a slight cutting. And our site is delineated with the site hut there, but this would be the natural walk-through. Now, the grass area that you see at the end there is owned by Bellway, so that's a bit of a ransom strip in terms of getting access over it. This was a site just down along that same road down towards the station that we achieved planning for some new houses. We didn't do the final design, but we got the outline planning for the type and style. And there's this little pedestrian way, which is a bike passageway, and the station is literally just on the left as we go around there. Now I'm stood in front of the station here, looking up Station Road, panning round to show the Bellway development and the courtyards. You can see there's an on-street parking problem, and this is one of the things that people are keen, the parish council is keen to eliminate. And there's those new houses just on the left there. Our site is at the end where the white van is, and then we pan round to the attractive little station at Copplestone. And as I say, there's no real parking for the station, so it is a handy little commuter station, if only they get the train timetable right. We've got this little South West Water pumping station in the middle of it all, and this is adjacent to the lower access point, if you like, the pedestrian access point at the end of Station Road. And I'm stood on the ransom strip, and we're looking over the hedge into the development site and the tree boundary on the far side, and coming into view the railway line just on the right, the other side of the site hut. We pan right round now. Back towards the live-work units and the little cycleway through to the station. The trains go from Exeter to Barnstaple on the Tarka line and leave heading for Exeter. And there you are.